I'm Rob.
And I'm Matt.
And this is the Furious Seas VR review by
Barefoot Gaming.
And how would you describe Furious Seas, Matt?
It's a pirate game. You move your pirate ship around and shoot other ships.
Yes, so you start off and you're standing on like an island. You have a chest beside you, and there's a picture of somebody that you're supposed to hunt.
Yep, you grab the picture and you start your mission right away.
Yeah, and you aren't instantly... So there isn't really much in the way of hunting. Like, that was maybe the wrong way to term it. You start off fighting their minions.
Yep.
In the first wave.
And then the second one is like their second in command, is what the second wave is.
And then there's always a third, and that is always the person who you are actually hunting.
Right, the boss, essentially.
So the map is quite large, and the movement style is, I think, very well done. Like, it's very fluid, it's very... What are your controls? How do you move your ship?
So you have your steering wheel and you have your two bells. The one on the left slows you down, the one on the right speeds you up. It basically makes it so your sails go up or down. There's about 3 different stages of them. That's your movement. Yeah,
and the guys that are in the front of your ship, they'll yell back at you if you're asking for full mast. They'll say, "You're already at full mast, Captain."
Yeah.
Right? And then you've got guns on either side. Now, the way it works is there are multiple guns that are on the front of your ship.
Right.
And there is another gun in the back on the right and the left.
Yep.
And you control the back, right, and left one, and that determines where the other ones go. So explain how that works.
So if you're doing just a shot that's right next to you, it'll use all of the cannons in front of you that basically your crewmates are doing, plus it'll fire the one that you're holding. Whereas if you're shooting more towards the forward or more towards the back, then it'll just shoot a single shot where you're aiming.
And it takes time to reload the cannonballs. So you can't just you can't use your gun like a semi-automatic. Except your back gun, you almost can.
The back gun itself, basically, every second and a half, you can take a shot on it.
I like to think of it as you have a monkey on your shoulder that is busy loading that sucker up as fast as you can fire it.
It's very fast.
He's a fast monkey.
But it's nice because the crewmates in front will actually tell you right cannons loaded, left cannons loaded. Plus the marker itself that shows you on the water where you're aiming, it'll be narrow if it's just your cannon, and you'll get a wider shot if it's multiple cannons that are ready to be shot.
And it's a complicated shot because not only are you riding the waves up and down, you're also having to figure out how fast they're going versus your speed, and then if they're banking, if they're turning.
Yeah, you'll want to guide the shot most of the time. So if they're moving forward, or most of the time you'll want to kind of be slightly ahead of them. That way they'll move into your cannonballs as you fire them. Yeah,
now this thing goes for between $22 and $24, depending if you're picking it up on sale. It is early access. Canadian, I should clarify that's Canadian, so out of 17 something, maybe US. Steam is funny that way, but we always see the Canadian prices being in Canada. Let's get to the actual review. I think we'll probably touch on a couple more things while we're in the review. Matthew, out of 5, why? And give me some pros, give me some cons. What did you like about this game? Tell me.
Okay, so pros. I really like the way that the ship moves, the way that the water pushes you around, the way when you get shot by enemy cannons, your ship actually tilts in the opposite direction as if you're taking that shot.
Health. We should quickly mention the health.
Right. The health itself, if you're looking on your left-hand side, there's a little red globe, it looks like, or I don't know, red thing there.
It's a circle.
And, yeah. It'll slowly drop down to show you a skull the more you get shot, and when it's a full skull, you die.
Yeah, you just sink into the water. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to keep going.
That's fine. Now I lost my train of thought.
Good. Then I did exactly what I wanted. You were saying.
Yeah, so the pros of the ship is really nice. It interacts with the water super nice. I would say a con would be there's not really much to the game right now. You can't really upgrade your ship until like the 3rd level. It gives you a new ship that you can use. It's not really something you can choose between going to the other one or this bigger one. The enemies themselves, they mostly do the same thing. Like, they have different voice acting, the ships look different, and they get slightly harder, I'd say, but nothing that would really give you more meat to this game itself.
To do replays. So what do you score it? How do you score it?
I would say this game is about a 2.5 out of 5.
Okay.
At the current price of $24, I just can't justify spending that.
So I'm going to start with the pros. Again, this is really pretty. The waves look a little better in the cutscenes and stuff.
Yeah.
But it still looks really good. And it's smart enough that if you're making sharp corners, because you're trying to avoid islands.
Yep.
And I should maybe mention the fact that if you hit an island, if you hit a boat, if you kind of get stuck, it'll just reset you back a ways. But it looks really good. And I remember the one point where I was making a sharp corner and I was taking shots and I was leaned so far over that I couldn't see the ship beside me because my mast was in the way, right? I actually, like, my entire sail was blocking. So I found myself ducking underneath to try to get a shot. And I'm like, you know what? That's really smart. That's well done. The fact that the enemies kind of, they get more difficult as you go, that's what you're going to find in any game. A con, and I have to list this as a con, is, again, there is not a lot of depth. Matthew touched on it. By not having anything more, like, you get dropped into your battlefield. That's the best way to describe it. There is no mini-map. There's no way to find the enemies. The enemies are on the horizon.
Well, and you don't even have to go and get them. They come towards you. So you could sit in one spot and they'll all slowly come towards you.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll want to move around unless you're...
Because they'll just shoot you down.
Right, yeah. There is an invincible mode yet too, but yeah, sorry, go on.
No, yeah, that's... No, I can't... No, I'm kidding. Because I'm professional.
Oh, it's professional.
Okay, so you go out there, you hunt them down, but that's it. You're dropped into a battlefield and you'll fight 3 or 4 ships at a time. You beat them, other ships come out, and it's the same deal. You're always just kind of working. You can use islands as... But there's not oodles of depth to that.
Yep.
They do it well, but there's not, like, I wish, and it probably isn't possible, but I wish there was a way to add some kind of, you know, let me hunt ships for a while and let me buy new cannons. Let me do something with my ship. Instead of just upgrading me because I made it to the next level or just by doing something, let me earn it, right? Give me some reason to want to keep playing.
Well, it'd be nice for, like, for each ship that you down, it would give you some sort of currency that you could purchase these small upgrades. Even though you might get the next ship, the next level or something like that, as long as you can slowly upgrade and see progress in the game, then that'd be fun.
Because as it is, you beat the enemy and then you're back at the place where there's another picture that you can pick off the wall to go, and there's a thing of gold that shows you how much you've earned.
Yeah, which doesn't really mean anything though.
No, it doesn't. And because it's early access, again, you have to say, like, he's not done. Clearly, the developer is not done. More stuff's coming, and that is going to add to the value of the game. My gut feeling on this is that right now he's maybe asking more than what the game is worth. I'm not questioning that it is going to be worth this in the future. Well done. But for, I think we played it for about an hour.
Yeah.
A little better than an hour, hour and a half. And we'd beaten everyone.
Yeah.
Right?
Keep in mind, it doesn't let us play anymore, right? Like, you get through the first and second boss, and the third boss, you see him for like 10 seconds, and then the screen just goes black, and there shows a question mark over his wanted portrait.
Yeah, so then you can play more if you go back to the beginning of the third mission.
But you're just replaying missions that you've already played, so there's no reason really to keep playing them. You don't get anything extra.
So as well and as good of a job as the game does at being a pirate ship simulator, which I liked. I felt the motion, everything was fantastic. The gunshots, everything good. But if you add another 4 or 5 guys that we can hunt against, you know, then maybe $20 is kind of around a good value for what you're asking for this game. But as it stands in early access, I would give this a 3 out of 5. Again, potential, lots of potential, and if you want to back him, like, honestly, he did a good job. The last con I'm going to mention is I don't like the voice acting. I get, you know, the who lives on a pineapple under the sea, right? I get that you got, you know, your different, do the pirate voices fine, but they're not done. I hope this isn't family that you got to do this, because they're just going to be insulted. But
if it is family, they did great. Excellent.
But the 2 women, for example, like when their ship split off, that is annoying. I just want to shoot them down because their voices bothered me so much. Good job. Maybe asking a bit much for where it's at. That's the end of the review. Thank you for watching.
Thank you so much.
Like, subscribe, comment. I say it all the time, but we actually care. We care what you have to say, and we care what you think of our videos, because if we can make better ones, we want to.
Yes.
We're out of here. We'll talk to you later. See ya, matey.